All right, everybody, welcome to One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and thank you guys for joining me tonight. We're going to have a great program. We've got Russellville High School's Ian Larison on the program with us tonight, and you're going to enjoy meeting this young man. You're going to enjoy hearing his story, and we'll just get into a whole bunch of questions, but we're also asking you for comments and participation, just like I see Derek Parker. He's got already made a comment, so thank you for that, Derek. We appreciate that. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to quickly move on over into Ian's article that was in Sports Locker Magazine, the January-February issue. That's a pretty impressive picture right there with him hanging off the rim. And it wasn't, anything where he jumped off a chair. He just jumped up and grabbed it and did that. So I don't know what that's like. I obviously can't do that anymore at 5'10", and it would have taken a great effort when I could do that. So you check out his article. If you haven't seen the printed publication, you can also go to it on sportslockermagazine.com and check out the digital edition. So great young man. We're looking forward to having him about his article and a whole bunch of other stuff. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring Ian on. Ian, how you doing, man?
Good. Nice to be here, Kirk.
Yeah, glad to have you. I know you had to run over from literally from track practice to hop on the program tonight.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Ran 3 miles.
oh man, I don't even want to talk about that. I'll just drive 3 miles. I'll do that. Hey, we've got a couple of people that have joined us already, made a few comments. We had Derek Parker, said, love you, Ian. And then Brittany Sheichels, go Ian from cousin MYMY. How do you say that?
My. It's his name is Demiris.
Okay, got it. Hope, Bentley, Aunt Brittany, and Uncle Keith. So, I just want to had you pronounce it because, I didn't want to butcher anything. I do a good enough job of that. So
Yeah.
how you been doing?
Very good.
Good.
I've been doing very good.
Awesome. Well, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about your article in Sports Locker Magazine? What did you think about how it turned out, and what kind of comments did you get from family and friends?
Oh, I really enjoyed reading it. Um, Everybody in my family was so proud, and especially my mom. My mom was very, very proud of it. She all just kept on talking about it, and then we had so many people come around and just be like, "Oh, we saw your article," and I really appreciate that. It made me feel really special.
Well, let's talk about your photo shoot a little bit. We saw that we had a little bit of fun there with you jumping up, hanging on the rim, and other stuff. Talk a little bit about that and what was that experience like?
Oh yeah, that was super cool. My mom's a photographer,
Uh huh.
but you know, she's not that much fun to take pictures with because she's always like, "Oh, you got to dress up all nice and
Okay, yeah, that's
wear
okay.
nice
That's
nice
different.
clothes."
Yeah,
It's a lot more fun to, dress up in your sports uniform and hang on the rim. I don't really
okay,
get to do that much just for fun,
yeah. So you
and the
just
pictures they turned out wonderful. I really liked those. Those were really
well,
cool.
good, very good. Well, we had a lot of fun, and my son-in-law Jay, he was having a lot of fun with you doing all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
um, the I think one of the things that we enjoyed is that you are also kind of a part of the creativity because we would ask you a question and then you would say, well, what about this? And so we did some different shots that were because of you. So that was good.
Yeah.
Uh, well, so did you autograph for anybody? Just saying, you know.
For,
Did anybody
for
ask you for your autograph for your article?
Oh no, that didn't happen. I'm not that cool yet.
All right. Well, if I would have had a copy with me at that time, I would have asked you to autograph one for me. So, because I thought you were pretty cool, and I still think you're pretty cool. And
Thank you.
you know, your article, Jay titled it as "Height, Heart, and Hustle." What does that mean to you?
Well, to me, I think the hype part is pretty self-explanatory, but To me, heart is you push through and you just finish what you said you were going to do. You don't just give up in the middle of something. You're going to run the extra mile, get the extra rep in, and you're just going to push through whatever obstacle God puts in your path. And the hustle part, I feel like in the moment, in the game, you want to push yourself and always give your best effort. And you want to make sure that your teammates around you are also giving their best effort. And I think that's really important. And I really liked that title.
Well, very good. We got Krista Parker on here, and she said, "Go, Ian," and she said, "I want your autograph." So there you go. There's your first
Oh,
one. Got you set
yeah,
up.
there we go.
uh, that photo what with you in the full screen. That goose looks like it's coming at you, man. That's pretty cool back there behind you.
Oh, which one are you talking about?
Well, see right behind you over to your right.
Oh, yeah, yeah. My dad
Yeah,
is a big hunter.
yeah. When we've got that big full screen, it shows it looks like it's in flight, so that's good.
Yeah, my dad is a big duck hunter.
Good. Have you done anything like that?
Yeah, I enjoy hunting.
Uh huh.
My dad has always taken me hunting, and I think that's, you know, just a good way to relax and fun activity to do.
Yeah, good. Get to do that with your dad and
Yeah.
hang out. So, who typically does better, your dad or you?
Oh, probably my dad.
All
My
right.
dad has been doing that a lot longer than I have.
All right, here we go. Levi Parker says that your hair is on point.
Oh yeah. All right.
I'm just going to be completely open with that, and that I don't think anybody's going to say mine's on point. Mine's on glare. That's right. I don't use much shampoo, so I'm good.
Oh yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I can say I'm more aerodynamic now too, but
Yeah.
still that doesn't help.
There, there you go.
Let's see. We got a comment from Tate, and he says, "I want your autograph too." So,
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
see, we got a couple of them coming. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Tate's one
All
of my
right.
teammates.
Awesome. Very good. Well, you can tell him that you give your autograph for like lunch or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know if you can legally do that, so forget that. Oh, all right. Well, so in your article, we talked a little bit about school, but why don't you go ahead and talk about your experience at Russellville High School? How has that been, and what is your faculty and classmates? What do they mean to you?
Well, so I've gone to Russellville my whole life. I've never gone anywhere else. Both of my parents went to Russellville, and my grandpa went to Russellville. So we've been in Russellville for a very long time. Um, the faculty in Russellville is great. They are super supportive. We've got a bunch of great coaches and just teachers who are very good influences, and they will always lead you in the right direction. And I think I've been very blessed to have those kind of like good influences around me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Good. So I don't know if you know that. I don't. You may know this or whatever, but with the magazine, we talked to the athletic directors like Coach Branson, and then I
yeah,
think he has a discussion with coaches, and they're the ones that actually select the athletes to represent the school. And so I just wanted to tell you that I know Coach Branson definitely wants to make sure that they have good representatives for the school and for the community. And so I just wanted to tell you that tonight that obviously they think very highly of you to have you be able to represent the school, and we're honored to be able to have you in the magazine and have you on here tonight. So good job.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so Brittany says that Hope wants your autograph too. See, there's three. We got three going.
yeah. Got 3 autographs.
Yeah, hopefully you got enough magazines left. So,
Oh yeah, there we go.
all right. You talked about your siblings in the article. Give us a little insight into each one of them and how you've tried to be a role model for them.
Yeah, so I have two brothers and a sister. Um, Kanan is he's the oldest. He's a freshman. And I played with him some this year, and I'm really looking forward to playing with him next year. And I hope that I can impact him so he can impact Brennan, who is my other brother, and he will play with him just like I did with Kanan, if that makes sense. And I think that'll be great. And then I have a sister, Ainsley, and I convinced her that she should play basketball instead of do cheer. So
Okay. All right. So how tall is your brother that's a freshman?
he's 6'4".
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he going to
So
pass you?
he'll be maybe. Yeah. I mean, he's getting pretty close.
Yeah. We're good. That will be fun for you guys to be able to play together. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think so too.
you know, at least you have some height that you're dealing with. When I was a senior and my brother was a junior, um, at that time I was taller than him. Again 5'10" and a half again with hair, and he was shorter than me. And then during the summer of that year, he shot up to 6'3". I was like,
Oh
"What's the
yeah.
deal with that? How did I miss that gene?
Yeah.
I
You
could
never
have
know.
used
He
that."
could be like 6'10" one eventually. Like that'd be crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, my son-in-law Jay, who you met, he's got 7-footers on his side of the family,
Oh
and
really?
yeah, our so his youngest brother he's I think 6'4", maybe 6'5", somewhere around there. But then our our oldest grandson Bowman, he turns 14 in April, and he's already taller than me, taller than his dad. So it's just not
Wow.
right. It's not right when your grandkids are taller than you. You know what I mean?
Oh my grandpa. I've been taller than him for a long time.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes me feel a little bit better. That's awesome. Uh, before we move on from about your siblings, what would be something what kind of advice would you give to them like right now?
I really want Kanan to really push forward, and I don't want him to, you know, get discouraged because I that happened to me when I was younger and when I was a freshman. I was very unconfident with the way I played, and I think he should be confident in the way he
Mm-hmm.
plays. And I think confidence goes a long way when it comes to playing basketball. I think.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys? Obviously, you probably have games where you're playing one-on-one stuff like that. Um, do you feel like competition between him makes him better, makes you better?
Oh yeah, sometimes we get a little too competitive though. I'll
Yeah.
be honest.
Yeah.
You know, get a little bit of that brotherly love in there.
Yeah.
But
That's what my brother. That's one of the things that I would say is just the competition that we would have in everything that we did. I really credit that to making me better, especially in baseball. Um, that was what I did, and we'd be out there all the time, and we wouldn't hold back. He might throw one at my head occasionally. I'm just saying.
yeah, see,
And we
that's
didn't
how
have
we are a little bit.
Yeah, and we didn't have helmets that we were using out in the back in the schoolyard, so that was a little wild at times. Uh, okay, so we talked about your siblings. Let's talk about your parents. How have they impacted your life on and off the field of play?
My parents have always been super supportive, and they both played a lot of basketball. My mom actually played some college basketball, but they both know a lot about basketball, and they never hesitate to tell me what I'm doing wrong, but I know they do it with love, and they're wanting me to improve, and they're just they're just great people. They've always got me where I needed to be and set me up for success, and I appreciate that a whole lot.
What would you say are some of the personal character traits that you've picked up from your mom and dad?
Oh, well. my mom is very competitive, so I know I picked that one up from mom because she wants to win in just about everything.
Okay.
And dad, I picked up my temper from dad, but it's probably not a
Okay.
very good trait.
Well, I had a temper and I picked it up from my dad too, and my sister that was 4 years younger, she had that same temper, but neither one of us have it anymore, so that's good.
Yeah.
And the competitiveness, okay, so you talked about that. So do you guys like play board games, things like that? Don't hold back.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
Okay. So who wins in most of the board games?
Well, actually, I usually win most of the board games,
All right. Well,
especially Monopoly. I really like Monopoly.
good. Good. That's a fun game. It's we haven't played that in a while. We might have to. My wife and I might have to do that again. Um,
Yeah.
my granddaughter Audrey, she's 15, and she's off the charts competitive. I've been competitive, so I know she must have got that from myself and her dad. But she is off the charts. She does not like losing, and she learns and does really well. And so we have some battles when we get together. I have to bring this up, okay, because this is some important information that you've got to have here. This is from Tim and Roberta Scheikels. Grandpa says he might be shorter, but still better looking.
Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, my grandpa is a big jokester. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thanks, Grandpa. That's good. We appreciate those type of comments, and that's a great segue. Now let's go ahead and talk about your grandparents and other family. How have they made a difference in your life?
Oh, my grandparents are great. They have always helped out with my parents too. And when I played Phenom, they brought me to a few of my Phenom games when my parents couldn't do that. And they've always been at all my games and they've always supported me. And my grandpa also always never hesitates to tell me what I'm doing wrong, but I know he's just trying to make me better. And then grandma always just tells me I'm perfect in every way, but that's kind of how grandmas are.
That is exactly how grandmas are. That is exactly how grandmas are. It's awesome. Uh, let's see. So, who would you say in your family um, cheers the loudest? You can hear their voice when you're out on the court.
My mom, for sure. It is
Okay.
definitely my mom.
All
My
right.
mom is a very, very loud, energetic lady.
Okay. Uh, I can relate, but my grandmother was actually louder than my mom. My grandmother got kicked out of my baseball game for yelling at the refs. So, yeah.
Oh wow, I think that almost happened to my mom once or twice this year in basketball season.
All right. Outside of your family, who are your role models and why?
Outside of my family, I have a few coaches who have been big role models to me. One of them is Zach Bryant. He was my cross country coach, and he's not anymore. Now it's been taken over by somebody else. And then I also have Coach Green, who is my basketball coach right now, and he beat cancer, and that's a huge inspiration, and that's really cool.
Yeah. How long ago did he go through that?
That was just recently,
Hmm.
you
I
know.
thought so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, after the break, we'll get into a little bit more about coaches and some of the different things that they've impacted you with. But you've done a great job. We've flown through the first part, and we've had lots of good comments from everybody. So keep those coming, and we'll be right back after this quick sponsor break.
CNS Business Services has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, Paula Benny and her team over there, they do a wonderful job right here in mid-Missouri, helping people that are looking for jobs find the employer that needs some people to fill those positions that they have open. as well as helping the employers find those people that are looking for jobs. So they have all sorts of different opportunities available for people right here in mid-Missouri. And if you know somebody or if you need a job, go ahead and contact Paula and her team at CNS Employment Solutions. Also, we've got our other sponsor for the program, as well as with Sports Locker Magazine. We have our Coach of the Issue sponsor, Big Whiskeys, and this is an important part of giving a shout out to mid-Missouri coaches like Coach Kaylin Collins from Capital City High School. And we appreciate all of the hard work that coaches put in. You know, they spend time away from their families, put in a lot of extra hours, a lot of travel, really pouring into our student athletes. And so we greatly appreciate everything that they do in helping to mentor and develop and challenge our student athletes right here in mid-Missouri. And so, again, we just want to thank Big Whiskeys for doing that. So we're going to talk next into this next segment with Ian. And we got Gail Templeton popped on here, said, "Yay, Ian." Thank you, Gail. We appreciate that. Let's see, we got a couple others. We've got Deborah Lake. "You're doing great, Ian. A top-notch young man and family." Caitlin Blackwell. "Eli turned off his game and took off his headphones for this." That is awesome, Eli. That's great. Betty Parker. "Proud of you, Ian. It's been fun watching you grow into a fine young man." Thank you guys for all those, and we appreciate that, and I know Ian appreciates that. So with those, we're just going to lead right on into the second half of this interview. We're talking to Ian Larison of Russellville High School. Well, you didn't hang up on me, so thanks. I appreciate that. Oh, that's good. Hey, you've done an outstanding job. I wanted to make another comment before we get into the second half. And, some people you can just tell that they are respectful to others. And so I wanted to just tell you that that's something that shows on you, and it's a character trait that I see that you have, and just keep doing that. Being respectful and serving other people, that's one of the most important things that we can do. All right. Well, you've done great so far, and we led into this a little bit, but tell us about your coaches on the different teams that you've competed in. You can also mention your Phenom coach if you want to, but how have they helped you to become a better student athlete?
So Zach was a big influence. He was kind of who got me into sports. He was the one that introduced me to cross country when I was in middle school, and that was the first time I had ever really gotten that competitive drive to push forward in sports. And then obviously I've Coach Green, who beat cancer, and he's a huge inspiration. And then there's also Marcus, and Marcus is my coach for Phenom, and he always told me to embrace the suck, which is a weird thing to say, but it stuck with me, and it's always been something that I've kind of stuck with. And when things get hard, you just got to embrace the suck.
That probably is, if it's not on a T-shirt, maybe it should go on a T-shirt somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I think he must have got it from the military, because I think he served in the military.
Okay, very good. What have been some of the challenges that you faced during your high school career?
I've never really faced a whole lot of challenges throughout my career, but this year I did have some challenges with some injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of ankle injuries, and I actually probably played less games than I just didn't play a whole lot this year. But
Yeah.
I got through it, and it's all right now. And,
Okay.
Just got to push through it.
Yeah, very good. So let's talk about this past season at Russellville. How did it go for you? What did you reach some of the goals that you wanted to achieve, and what were some of the ones that you didn't hit that you want to keep working on?
Yeah, I think we established a very good team chemistry this year. I think this was a great start to what I want our team to look like next year. And I think I didn't reach a whole lot of goals this year. I had a lot of struggles with a few injuries, but I think it taught me a lot of valuable lessons, and it humbled me a little bit. I think, and that's always very, very good.
So will you be able to take that experience, and will it be able to motivate you going into next year? And what kind of things do you think you're going to be putting in place to help you reach those goals?
So yeah, I think next year I'm going to be a little bit more motivated, and I'm going to approach it. I'm going to approach it a little bit differently because I need to target my weaknesses. I focus on a lot of my strengths, and that's not very beneficial all the time. I think you need to focus on your weaknesses a lot too. So I think I'm going to try.
Do you find it hard to be motivated when? And I'm just going to say this from perspective of maybe being having more. And I mean, you may disagree, but having more athletic ability maybe than some. Do you find it more difficult to be motivated to get out there and put forth every bit you can put forth?
I think when it comes to that kind of thing, I think I really enjoy pushing my body to its limit, and I know my body very well. But in aspects like shooting, I've never really, shot around a whole lot. That's not something I've focused on a whole lot, and I think I could be a much better basketball player if I would focus on some of those weaknesses that I have.
Good. Well, that's a good thing to have in order to be able to improve. Knowing those weaknesses and working harder on that. I mean, that's one of the things that when I watched Michael Jordan, as far as his career, if he had a weakness, he improved on that. It was like the next year it was dramatic improvement, and a lot of people don't know that not only was he MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, but he was also Defensive Player of the Year, and that's just crazy to be able to accomplish that. So again, he found his weakness and he worked really hard on it. Typically he wouldn't shoot 3-pointers, but he worked on it so that he became proficient in shooting 3-pointers. He didn't have to because he was up above the rim like you are in those photos.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think you will have remembered the most about this past season?
I think I will remember Tate. I really liked Tate. Tate was a great friend of mine. He was our only senior this year, but I will miss Tate a whole lot. He was really important, and he helped our team a lot. But
good. So going into next year as a senior, what kind of leadership traits are you going to take in next year?
I'm going to try to be very positive. I'm going to try to encourage those younger guys to push forward and have that confidence. Like I said, I want Kanan to have. I think not only Kanan should have that, but all of the players on our team. And I think we should, spend a lot of time together and be like a family. I think that's how a team probably should be.
Okay. You talked in your article about getting started at a younger age. So what really kicked in to create that love for competition?
I don't know. It was just some sort of weird feeling because I went with a friend to run for cross country with Zach, and something just kind of clicked. And I guess that was just when I decided, maybe I should be playing a little bit more sports, and that was in 7th grade. Should be a little bit more involved in sports, and then I just went from there. I started running cross country, and I started playing basketball and doing track, and it was cool.
Yeah.
I had some catching up to do, of course, but
well, I mean, again, you had some natural ability, but yeah, like you said, you had to fine tune some of those things, and it's continuing to do that. So my brother, again, he was a year younger, taller than me. So I'm just saying I was better than him in all those sports that I had done, but he went out for cross country, and so he would challenge me to come out and run long distance down to our grandmother's, and we'd run across town and go down to our grandmother's. I'd start off, I'd be doing really good, and then he was just consistent. I mean, about half a mile away from the house, all of a sudden he just went zip right by me. We'd get to the house, I'd be like dying. It's like, I need something to drink, Grandma, and we'd play some Yahtzee with her and have some snacks and stuff like that. And he'd be like, "You want to race back home?" I said, "No, I'm gonna have Grandma take me home." So that he definitely relished that, and that was I enjoyed watching him doing that. I enjoyed watching him play baseball. He finally made the All-Star team his senior year, so that was great. I say all that. He passed away in 2012, and so he meant a lot, and miss him dearly to this day. And I see the love that you have for your siblings, and take every advantage of that every moment that you can. Okay.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Would you have done anything different in your career so far? And if so, what are some of those changes? I mean, look, I'm talking about from your freshman year to now. What are some of the changes that you want to make, whether it's personal or whether it's athletically? What kind of changes do you want to make?
Well, so I'd like to be a little bit more, like I said, focused on some of that skills stuff, just like shooting and, those kind of things. And I'd like to be a stronger leader. I know we just talked about leadership, but that's something that I think I struggle with a little bit. And it's easy to be a leader to your brother or younger guys who your brother is friends with, but I want to be a leader to our entire team. I think that would be beneficial for us, maybe.
Yeah, good. In your article, you also talk about faith being important. How has that shaped you?
My faith is super important. My parents have always put me around church and good people who are good believers, and we attend Russellville Baptist Church, and it's just been great. I've always had the advantages of that, and that's a great blessing.
Very good. Um, I know you may not have started thinking about this, but what have you started having thoughts about what you want to do after high school? What kind of study you want to go into? Are you wanting to do any athletic career after high school? What are your thoughts?
I'd like to play some college basketball if the opportunity arose, and I think I'd like to go get an associate's degree in fire science. I think that'd be very interesting.
Okay.
And be a firefighter, I think that'd be nice.
Okay. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that. So what made you interested in that?
Well, I just think it's cool. I think they serve the community a whole lot, and I just think it'd be a really nice job.
Yeah. Well, we need not only people that are gifted physically for things like that, but people that have a heart to serve other people. And obviously, you're somebody that's like that. So I appreciate that. I'm going to give you an opportunity, and then we'll get into what we're going to call the speed round. I'll just do some fun questions there. But is there anything else that you want to add, or a shout out to anybody, or anything along that line?
No.
Okay, because I know that's good. That's smart, because you don't want to leave out anybody, right?
Yeah.
Good man.
Gonna be going all night if I have to list all of
Good.
them.
Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and do some speed round questions. You've done an outstanding job, and it's been good having you on here. And we're going to find out a few details, and Mom or whoever might need to jump on and add to it if you don't give us the full scoop. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So What is your favorite go-to snack or food after you're done with either basketball or a track meet or a cross country?
I eat a lot of cheeseburgers.
Oh,
I
okay. Is
like
there
me some cheeseburgers.
where's your favorite one that you get?
Oh, I like Five Guys. Five Guys is pretty good.
Okay.
And yeah. Oh, I really like Taco Bell too. Taco Bell, you can get two of those Lux Cravings boxes,
Uh huh.
and those are really good.
Okay. So your mom and dad probably have to make sure that the food account is very well funded to make sure that you're eating that much food that we got to have some money in that account.
Oh yeah, for
And with
sure.
your brother too, right?
Yeah, both of my brothers, they eat a lot.
Okay. Um, what is your favorite ice cream?
I don't actually eat ice cream.
Oh, what's your
I'm a
favorite?
big
Do you
ice
like
cream
dessert?
guy. I like those macaroon cookies. You know what those are?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah, sometimes
There.
sometimes I'll just get a whole box of those and I'll just eat those. You can get them for pretty cheap at Sam's Club, and
Okay.
those are good.
Uh, so I wanted you to know, Mom said she's watching. Okay.
Oh
She's
yeah,
and then
he eats a lot.
she followed that up with he eats a lot. So that is a confirmation. Thank you, Mom. That's good. If there's any,
I can hear her upstairs laughing.
also that's awesome. If there's anywhere in the world you could go, where would that be and why?
Oh, I really like it here. I'd like to stay home. I'm a big home person. I don't want to go very far.
Okay. What if I told you that if you went to France, in Paris, France, they have this place where we actually tried out some macaroons and they were amazing. Would that be worth the trip there?
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, that's where they started making them, right?
Uh huh. I think so. You know what? It's quite amazing. We went there to years ago. My wife and I had told you we had taught middle school youth group, and a family that all their kids had come through the middle school youth group, and they went over to France to learn French because they were becoming missionaries to the Congo. And so before they were getting ready to go to the Congo, they asked if we would come over and visit them. So they paid for our flight, and we went to France, and we spent, I think it was 14 days with them, and they took us all over the place. And I mean, beautiful. But I tell you what, if people want some type of a socialist government, that you got to look at what that is, because that was just crazy. There were people standing around the Eiffel Tower with machine guns,
Oh
and
wow.
like that's you don't really see that in America except the military. But it was just high alert all the time. But it was beautiful, and they had
Yeah,
good
sounds like
macaroons.
it.
Good macaroons.
Yeah.
So, what would you say you would describe yourself as? What superhero and why?
Oh, I like Spider Man because he's got
Spider-Man,
his
awesome.
spider senses, and
Uh huh.
he seems like he's got a very good, like, I don't know, like
Uh
a
huh.
core strength, and he can just like move around really good. I don't know.
All right. So now go ahead and name off your siblings. What superheroes would you what trait? Which ones would you designate to them?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably give Kanan like Mr. Stretch or whatever that guy's name is, because he's got
Okay.
his wingspan is almost as long as mine,
Okay.
which is crazy.
Good.
And then I don't know about Brennan. He's pretty strong. I'd probably give him like the Hulk or something. For
The
his
Hulk.
age, he's a pretty strong kid.
Okay.
And then Ainsley, I don't know. I don't know that many girl superheroes.
Wonder Woman, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Um, so this is gonna get serious now. What chore do you least like to do around the house, and why?
Oh, what chore. This is gonna take a second to think about. I don't know.
Do you like doing them all?
No, I don't like doing them all. I'm probably cleaning like the toilet or something.
Okay, well, yeah, that's a good one to not like to do.
Yeah, like bathroom stuff. That's always not fun.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, you've done an outstanding job. Thank you for coming on tonight. I'm going to have you hold on afterwards, and we'll visit a little bit. But any final words? Anything you want to say to anybody?
No, sir. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to what you have next year. And let's see. Well, we do have the whole story now. Mom says he hates all chores. So, I told you that's, it's got mom knows it all. She's going to bring it out. So that's good. Thank you, Andrea. All right. Ian, you've done a fantastic job. Really enjoyed having you on here and your article. This will be posted on Facebook, and I guess from what I understand, it'll last for a month that they're going to start pulling Facebook videos off. But it will also be on our YouTube channel, and so that'll be available on there. You can go to that for Sports Soccer. Brittany said, great job, Ian. Thank you, Brittany, and thank you again, everybody, for being on here. Ian, hold on, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us tonight on One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and really enjoyed having Ian on the program tonight. I know you guys did too, and thank you for all your comments. He's a great young man. Make sure you share that with your friends. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Share that with them as well. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and until next week, God bless you, and we will see you then.